I tapped into my LinkedIn connections for this week's video. I asked the question about 2020, how crazy this year has been, and what would be one piece of advice that you would give to a small business owner moving forward into 2021. And as you can imagine, there were multiple varied responses, which I was so thankful for. Now, the question was directed towards small businesses, but as you will see from these responses, they can apply to any business size, any business leader. Stick with me. Hi, I'm Vicki Carroll, your Plateau to Grow marketer. The question as I posted on LinkedIn reads like this. What's one piece of advice you'd give a small business owner who struggled in 2020, is ready to put this crazy year behind them and make 2021 a banner year? Now, as I mentioned earlier, there were multiple responses that went in different directions, and I'm very grateful that they weren't all the same responses. I have such a great network on LinkedIn that I wanted to share the responses with you so that you could get a wider perspective on different tactics, strategies, or ideas that can help you move forward if you too struggled with 2020, are ready to put this year behind you, and want to make 2021 a banner year. So let's go ahead and get into the very first comment. Before I get started, I do want to mention that these comments are in no particular order. I did screenshots of each one of them, but I will again share their image so that you can see what their photo looks like and you can associate their name and their title as well as their comments, so you can see if it would be someone that you would be interested in connecting with. I will also include a link to each one of their profiles in the description, so you can also click and directly connect with them there. I do recommend that if you reach out to them, one, the protocol for connecting with or following people on LinkedIn is to first follow them. So you can do that by going to the person's profile, and then under the More button, you can click on that and there's an option to follow them. I recommend doing that first and then engaging in their content before actually sending an invitation to connect with them in person or attaching a note. Engage with them by following them first, so liking their comments, leaving thoughtful and valuable comments that creates more engagement opportunities with them and other people that are part of their network. Also showing that you are interested in the type of content that they're sharing. And when they see that, then you send the invitation, they're going to be more likely to, one, know who you are, two, know that you're interested in their content and the value of the connection that will lead to, and three, they'll be more likely to accept it. So keep that in mind when you go out there. Also, when you do send the invitation, mention that you are connecting with them because you saw them first here on YouTube in this video. The first comment is from Diana Wilson. She's an online course consultant and coach, and her comment reads, "Reinvent yourself and hold a grand opening party for your customers. It doesn't have to be anything big, just something to make your business fresh and exciting. Something new to start the new year. Taco Tuesday works for me, or Cupcake Friday. I will be there." And you can see that there's some engagement between myself and Diana. And of course, there's a comment that I'm up for Taco Tuesday or Cupcake Friday as well. So as a small business owner, if you are challenged with how you can kind of put 2020 behind you and start fresh into 2021, reinvent yourself, throw a big party, throw a celebration to show that, hey, I survived 2020 and I am ready for 2021. If we can survive 2020, then we can do just about anything. Wouldn't you agree with me? The next comment is from Louisa Van Vessem, and she is the business consultant at Workflow Virtual. Her comment is, "Don't be scared to try something different. Until you try it, you will never know." You never want to be in the situation where you're always thinking of, what if I should have? What if I would have? Instead, make a plan to take that first step, and it can be a tiny step. But the most important thing there is to just take action. And the best way to do that, especially if it's something that you're scared to do or something that's going to be completely new and you don't even know where to begin, is to create a plan. So if there were some things that you're holding back on in 2020, now's the time to put that new thing into motion. And the only way that you're going to get past the being scared stage is to actually be like Nike and just do it. The next piece of advice my awesome network on LinkedIn is giving to you as a small business owner, or just anyone who struggled in 2020 and wants to make 2021 a banner year, is from Catherine Ledger. She's a business storyteller and content marketer. Her advice is follow your heart and only do work for customers who practice the same values. Focus on finding them and don't compromise. Stay close to radiators of warm, positive energy, like your lovely self, Vicki, not drains, meaning not energy drains, when building a network. The only way to stay optimistic and upbeat. You've probably heard the saying that you are who you surround yourself with. So if you find yourself being constantly drained or constantly out of energy, or you lack the enthusiasm or desire to even be at your business or to move the needle in your business, the first thing I would say is to evaluate your team and evaluate the people that you are associating yourself with, and identify those people who are essentially energy drainers. And as tough as it can be sometimes, it's time to move past those people and look for other people who are going to be supportive and positive and actually generate energy to help move you forward and support you in your goals to make 2021 a banner year. The next comment is from Tracy Tate. She helps business owners create a consistent stream of ideal clients. And here's what she has to say. Build a fabulous network around you, and don't be afraid to ask for help to make 2021 fantabulous. And just as Louisa had mentioned, and just as the information or feedback I had added to what they've already mentioned, is that surround yourself with positive people, uplifting people, energetic people, and people who truly want to see you reach your goals and to really see you take that next level in your business or next level in your goals to succeed. When you surround yourself with people like that, it's easier and it's more exciting because you're surrounding yourself with people who truly do have your best interest at heart. The next piece of advice to help small business owners make 2021 a banner year comes from Josh Trokey. He is a photo videographer at Pedal Stomper Productions, and he says this: go reevaluate your business plan. Look at how the world has changed and what you need to do to move your mission statement forward. I'm seeing a lot of people adapt for the right now without looking at 2, 6, or 24 months from now. Had to kind of move for day to day, right? Even in our business, sometimes some of us have just been in survive mode instead of thrive mode. And we're very ecstatic with the fact that we have survived. But now you might be ready to thrive. So in doing so, if you're at that place in your business where you do want to thrive and your standard foundation is solid, you can always reevaluate. You can always edit. You can always modify. But if you don't have it in a plan and you don't have steps that are actually going to take you towards that goal, you might be missing out what you could achieve in 2021 that you might have missed out on in 2020. This next great piece of advice from my LinkedIn network comes from Janine Capaldi. She is co-founder of Capaldi Marketing. She's also coaching business owners, marketing, and sales teams with social media and relationship marketing. Her feedback and recommendation or advice into 2021 is this: test out your assumptions. I think many people have made assumptions this year on businesses' priorities and budgets. Some true, some are not. Test those assumptions out and accept that growth may feel harder and take a little time. Yes, that is something that we may not have really stepped out on or taken a risk in 2020 just because of the situation. And all of our situations were different, right? But now's the time. We've got a lot of it's still in the works, but yet it's being put behind us, and we have a better understanding of the economic situation of our business and also our ideal customers. So in knowing that, it's important to evaluate them. Look at the assumptions that you made, which ones were good ones, which ones weren't good ones, which ones have learning opportunities that you can apply into 2021 in order to make it a banner year for your business. This is great advice tip number 7 for my LinkedIn network, and this comment comes from Rebecca Bolton, Transformational Nutrition Therapy for Hectic Women. Her comment is, self-care is so important. When you take some time out for you alongside juggling a business and family life, you'll have the energy, focus, and confidence you need to thrive. We all need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and doing things that are good for our bodies, our minds, our souls, in order to continue to be productive. And especially in order to make 2021 a banner year, we need to be on our A game, right? And the only way that we can do that is if we're really taking care of ourselves. So if you are starting a New Year's resolution and you have a plan for how you're going to take action on that, you need to incorporate self-care into that. Great advice number 8 from my awesome LinkedIn network is from Brian Suddeth. He is the client strategist at Upward and also a storyteller. His comment and advice is this: invest now in your internal systems, processes, and marketing so that you will be ahead of the curve when the market returns. This will place you ahead of your competitors who will be reacting, retooling, ramping up when the time comes. This is so important. So we've all been talking about, and these comments have been around different things, right? One of the things that we need to make sure that we are prepared for is our surroundings, going through the competitive analysis and just really understanding what your strengths are and how you can leverage those strengths in your marketing, which ultimately is going to help grow your business. So if you have your plans and your strategies already in place, it is important to take a step back and revamp them, retool them, review them, reanalyze them, whatever the case may be. But this is very sound advice from Brian. And this is something that, again, whether you're a small business owner or you work in the corporate environment, it's something that we can all take and use and apply in 2021. This next comment for great advice from 2020 and how to have a banner year in 2021 is from Mark Elger. He's managing director at Foresight Design. His comment and advice is, just get on with it. Simple advice, but very powerful. It may seem simplistic, but if you apply it to every day and every meaningful task, then nothing will stop you. Love this. It's important to understand and just not completely disregard and put behind you and act like 2020 didn't happen. But it's important to evaluate and understand what key takeaways from 2020 that you need to understand and what you can learn from those in order to make 2021 a banner year. Of course, there are things we just want to let go of, and that's what the past is. You let go of it. If there's something to learn from it, take it, apply it, and move forward. But don't set up camp in the past and what was in 2020. Now's the time to kick 2020 in the butt and move forward and have a great year in 2021. Sound advice from another awesome LinkedIn connection, Dave Nixon. Customer Obsessed Solutions exec putting data to work for the world's largest retail brands. And Dave has to say, keep going one more mile. You might think you can and want to quit. Don't. Just one more step. And then one more until you're through. You'll be glad you did. This is so key to pretty much everything. If you feel like giving up, remember why you started. The important thing here is if you don't want to quit, come up with a plan based on your strengths and what energizes you, and create something that's going to set you up to win. And that's really what's going to help you get to that end goal. Another great piece of advice from another one of my awesome LinkedIn connections, and this is from Claire Shelley. She generates leads for course creators, educators, and consultants. Her comment is this: start giving some thought to business goals and creating the content that's going to help you achieve those goals. And this is something that I talk about a lot on this channel and pretty much everywhere. Your content is the key to connecting the dots between you and your products and your ideal customers, because your content really is a critical piece of your overall business strategy. And there has to be something in place that allows you to have a roadmap for how you're going to reach those different goals and objectives. And each goal and objective is going to have a different set of content. There might be some overlap, but it's important to understand what those goals are so that you know what type of content is going to provide the most value for the different steps along the customer journey. And my guest Kobe is joining me today. And what's going to help your ideal customers take those micro yeses along their customer journey at their pace. This comment from one of my LinkedIn connections is on point again for anyone. You don't have to be a small business owner. You could be any role, any industry, and this applies to you. So here it is. It's from Charlie Wyman. She's a curious thinking advocate, a tech lover, and the host of the Curiosity Key podcast. Charlie has this to say: focus on the opportunities in front of you and not the challenges behind you. Again, completely on point. The past is in the past. There's nothing that we can do to change it, right? So that's where you do your evaluation, find your key learnings. What can I take to move forward and either advance my career, my business, my life, my family, whatever that piece of information is, take that with you. But don't set up camp in the challenges that you experienced in 2020, because all it's going to do is just keep you stewing in that situation and really hold you back from taking that next step in your business or towards your goals. Now, I did save this one for last because his tagline is great for a final comment. Is from Joel Shufflin. Leap from your current here to your desired there faster. And he can help you do that. Here's his comment. Hire Vicki. Plain and simple. Hey, that's from him, not me. Shows his personality, and he truly is a great connector, and he really can help you take your business from here to there, or take you from here to there. His tagline, it's perfect. So I wanted to wrap that up with Joel and his comment. What piece of advice did you like the best? Which one resonated with you the most? Which one are you going to take action on in 2021? If there was one that resonated with you the most, let me know in the comments. If there's something you want to add, let me know that in the comments. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Always come back and check out the videos that I upload every week on various marketing topics, customer journey content, content strategies, sales tips. I talk about different business aspects, but a lot of my focus of the content on this channel is around marketing. So if that's something that you're wanting to learn on your own, or you want tips or tools or techniques, then I highly recommend that you go ahead and click subscribe and then that bell notification so you know when I upload new videos every week. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate your time, and I hope that there was something from this video that was useful, valuable, and can help you take that next step in your business towards your goals. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, make today great.